I'm 45, and here are fitness cheat codes I wish I knew at 25, starting with take 5 grams of creatine for the muscles and take 10 to 15 grams of creatine for the brain. 5 grams of creatine has been shown to enhance strength and performance, but what we're seeing right now is that the brain absorbs less. The brain actually requires higher doses, around 10 to 15 grams, to boost brain creatine, and this will support cognitive performance and resistance to fatigue. What we're also starting to find is that having more creatine stores in the brain also leads to better mood as well as battling neurological diseases like Alzheimer's. Number 2, the 2 best types of cardio to increase your VO2 max and live longer is walking and the Norwegian 4x4. So walking 7,000 steps a day has been shown to decrease all-cause mortality by 50%. Vigorous exercises like the Norwegian 4x4 have been shown to reduce the age of your heart by 20 years while increasing lifespan. And I did a video on the Norwegian 4x4 that you can check out right here that explains exactly how to do it. Number 3, avoid tap water and water in plastic bottles. So you probably know this already, but plastic bottles can leach microplastics and also endocrine disrupting chemicals, which may cause hormone imbalances, reproductive damage, neurological damage, and also inflammation. And tap water may contain contaminants like heavy metals, chlorine, byproducts, and fluoride, which can pose chronic health risks over time. So when it comes to plastic bottles, I would avoid using them altogether and lean towards ones that are reusable, that are made out of metal and glass. And to avoid tap water, I would just get myself a high quality water filter. Now, I know some people are going to ask which water filter I use. I will link it in the description below, but I will be just clear that it is pretty expensive, but I drink water every single day. So if I'm going to be doing something every day, I would want the best to go into my body. Number 4, the most underrated exercise on the planet is the bar hang. In fact, I was just doing them right before this. Bar hangs improve your posture, they improve your shoulder health, and also if you're able to hang for at least 1 to 2 minutes, it is a great sign that you have the strength and function to live a quality life as you age. Number 5, the best way to hydrate is to use a pinch of sea salt or electrolyte powder with your water. Doing this replenishes essential minerals lost through sweat. It also enhances hydration and also supports nerve and muscle function, which can help you maintain proper fluid balance. And one of the most underrated ways to improve your performance is simply being hydrated, which not a lot of people are. Number 6, the most dangerous type of fat in your body is visceral fat. And here is the most effective diet to remove it. And it's called the Optimized Mediterranean diet, and I talked about it in this video over here. Now, what makes this diet different is the fact that it's rich in polyphenols from the added green tea, walnuts, and berries. It has been shown to double visceral fat loss compared to traditional and also Mediterranean diets, mainly by reducing inflammation, improving gut health, while also improving fat metabolism. And by the way, I created a free guide on the exact protocol we use to help our clients lose their visceral fat. Drop a comment below with the word lean and I'll send it to you. Number 7, this is going to sound weird, but I want you to visualize your lifts before you do them. What this does is it actually primes the brain's motor pathways, and it also boosts self-confidence, sharpens focus, and also has been shown to increase muscle activation, which can lead to greater strength and improved lifting performance. Back in the days where I was focused on powerlifting, doing my squat, my bench, and my deadlift, I would focus on visualizing these lifts before they happen, especially if I was trying to get after a PR. And I shit you not, this actually worked more times than it didn't. With a lot of things in life, you want to see it before it becomes reality. Number 8, get your blood work checked every 6 months to a year. This is going to show you the true representation of how healthy you are, and also it's going to show you which nutrients you may be missing so you can actually target your supplementation to optimize your body for better performance. Number 9, one of the most underrated supplements, especially as we age, is omega-3s. These have been shown to slow biological aging, protect the brain, strengthen eye health, lower inflammation, lubricate your joints, and reduce the risk of heart disease. And this is on top of supporting your cognitive health and also helping you maintain cellular function. Now, all of these benefits that I just talked about have been backed by clinical trials, and also with the longevity piece, they have been shown to have measurable effects on your DNA methylation clock. Number 10, one of the best science-based walking workouts on the planet is called Japanese Interval Walking Training, or IWT. You essentially go at 3 minutes of a steady pace followed by 3 minutes of a brisk pace, and you do this for 30 minutes. And I did a video on the workout right here. And this simple workout has been shown to improve cardiovascular health, improve your VO2 max, improve your blood pressure. It also helps you burn more calories and enhances your mood while improving your fat metabolism. Number 11, another supplement that I see at least 75% of my clients being deficient in is vitamin D, and it is one of the most anabolic fat-burning supplements on the planet. So something you have to know about vitamin D is that it stimulates muscle protein synthesis. Also, making sure that your body is optimized with vitamin D enhances strength, increases lean muscle mass, and also has a tremendous impact on your cognitive function and mood. Now, the best way to get vitamin D is through sunlight, but if you can't do that and you want to use supplementation, then you want to take vitamin D3 with K2 because this is going to enhance your calcium absorption and ensure that the calcium is actually directed to your bones rather than your arteries. Number 12, use this tip by Stuart McGill for better pull-ups.
And take your brain to this whole backside and just explode it and jump off. I have guys up to maybe 30 sets of 1 rep doing this. And these are guys who, big guys, heavy guys, and they can only do 6 chin-ups. They've only ever been able to do 6 chin-ups their whole career.
Yeah.
But then when they do 30 sets of 1 max effort, they're up to 20.
Number 13, if you're suddenly feeling hungry and not sure if you should eat, use the water test. One of the best tools on the planet for getting lean and also enhancing energy and just making you feel energetic and incredible is water. And here's a high-performance water system that we use with our clients that's going to help you achieve all those things. Number 1 is when you wake up, you want to make sure that you're getting at least 500 milliliters of water in your body before putting coffee in there. This is going to help you hydrate after a long night of dry fasting. Next, we want to use our water between our meals, and this is going to be used instead of snacking on foods. And one of the things you have to understand about snacking is that it has less to do with the fact that you're hungry and more to do with the fact that you're bored or maybe even dehydrated. Now, if we want to feel fuller from our meals, we would drink water before and after our meals because this has been shown to help us improve our satiety signals. And lastly, we want to stop drinking water at least 2 hours before we go to bed. This is going to help us prevent going to pee at night. Number 14, if you're feeling hungry and not sure if it's the time to eat, I would actually use the apple test. So next time you feel hungry, just simply ask yourself, would I eat an apple? And if you don't want to eat an apple, you're likely not hungry, but rather experiencing some boredom or some sort of emotion or even dehydration. And if you are craving an apple, go eat an apple. And one of the reasons why this works is because if you are hungry for an apple, they serve as an excellent appetite suppressant because they're high in fiber, especially pectin, and also water, which will help you keep full. Number 15, if you want to live longer, make flossing a mandatory part of your nights and days. Flossing reduces oral bacteria and gum inflammation, and this prevents bacteria from entering your bloodstream, which will lower your chronic inflammation, which is also linked to heart disease and stroke risk. In fact, several studies show that regular flossing is associated with fewer cardiovascular events, reduced mortality, and lower levels of inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein. 16, when it's nighttime, you want to dim your lights as the sun goes down. Bright blue light negatively affects our circadian rhythms at night. If we want to prepare for bed, we have to start dimming the lights after sunset. And if you have to use light, then just get a cheap red incandescent light bulb from Amazon, as this will simulate the same effect without harming your sleep. And I will add that this is especially important for people who have kids, because you definitely do not want your kids to be under bright light right before they go to sleep. You want them to sleep as fast as humanly possible. Trust me, I know from experience. Number 17, if you want to regulate your hunger, hormones, and energy, follow your natural circadian rhythm of eating. So the first step would be to have your final meal at least 3 to 5 hours before sleep. The second step would be to have your first meal at least 1 to 2 hours upon waking. And then you would put your middle meal right in between those. And this will give you a semblance of a meal structure. And doing this will schedule your hunger and put it on automation. And also when you stop eating at least 3 to 5 hours before you go to sleep, it's going to enhance your sleep quality. Number 18, if you sit at a desk for long periods like I do, get an under the desk treadmill. This is going to add a few extra thousand steps to your day without even thinking about it. In fact, while doing the script for this YouTube video, I was using an app called Whisperflow, which is this talk to text app, and I was speaking the script into my computer and it was typing it for me while I was walking on my treadmill. It's literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone, and you can also take this a step further by implementing the next habit. Number 19 is to stack your habits together. So when I take a shower, I'm using my water flosser and my toothbrush while I'm taking a shower. This makes it easier for me to do my oral hygiene habits without feeling like I'm forcing myself. And as I said before, I will walk during meetings. I will also stroll while doing Netflix. And also I'm going to get myself a stationary bike so I can start pedaling on it when I want to watch sporting events like the Toronto Raptors.
Turns a corner for the win!
And what we want to do is we just want to find these little ways that we can stack these habits on top of things we're already doing. And this makes the integration of habits so much easier. Number 20, One of the best exercises I don't see a lot of people doing is walking backwards. Walking backwards is excellent for knee health. It improves proprioception, which means body awareness, and it also stimulates your brain function, especially as you age. If you worked out and you're feeling tired, sore, and your body's feeling a little bit more beat up than usual, do not sit on your ass, please. The best way to recover is through active recovery. This is through light walking, light stretching, or even light movement. What we want to do is improve blood flow to the areas that you want to recover faster, and doing movement is going to help you do that much more than sitting on your ass on the couch. Number 21 is what I consider to be the best pre-workout on the planet. It's 100 milligrams of caffeine, 7 grams of beetroot powder, and a half teaspoon of baking soda. Now you want to take this before your workout, and I kid you not, it will improve your performance. The caffeine is self-explanatory. It enhances overall workout performance and also your cognition. Now the cool part is in the beetroot powder and the baking soda. Beetroot powder boosts nitric oxide, which improves blood flow and oxygen delivery to increase your endurance, while the baking soda reduces muscle acidity, delaying fatigue during high-intensity exercises. Taken together with caffeine, they will help you sustain performance while also reducing your perceived exertion. Number 22, this one is self-explanatory, but you want to create an environment where it's hard to eat junk food and easy to eat nutritious foods. Environment is the invisible hand that dictates your behavior. So what you want to do is you want to go into your cupboards and you want to go into your fridge. You want to get rid of any trigger foods that cause you to overeat. You also want to make fruits and vegetables prominent in your environment, making them easier to consume. I have a friend who's in the fitness industry. His name is John. And one of the things that he does inside of his house is he leaves raw veggies on the table, just out and about. And every time that he passes by his kitchen, he's actually more inclined to eat the raw veggies as opposed to, say, eating cookies. And this is just one example of making your environment work for you. So what you want to do is scan your environment, see where the triggers are, and also see where the opportunities are, and fix the environment so you can fix your health habits. One of the things that holds people back from performing their best at the gym, especially if they sit for long periods of time, is their ankle mobility. In order to combat that, you want to use this exercise over here, which is going to open up your legs and your lower body by improving ankle mobility. Number 23, drink 500 milliliters to 1 liter of water before drinking coffee in the morning. I know I mentioned this before, but after a long night of sleep, you want to be hydrated before pumping caffeine in there. Number 24, avoid using food and alcohol to deal with the stress and emotions and use exercise instead. Now I know it's easier said than done, but what you have to understand is that when you use food and alcohol to numb your emotions, you're just making them more difficult to deal with later on. While one of the best ways to tame your mind is to exhaust your body. And before reacting to any heavy emotion, I would make sure that I'm getting out and I'm moving my body or lifting weights or doing something vigorous. That is going to allow me to react in the best way possible. And also, there's no such thing as getting a bad workout. Number 25, you want to be a nasal breather. So when it comes to breathing, your nose should be the primary and your mouth should be the secondary. Breathing through your nose humidifies the air, it boosts oxygen intake and nitric oxide intake while filtering out dust and allergens. While breathing through your mouth can affect your facial structure, increase dental issues, and disrupt sleep while reducing oxygen absorption, and it also can worsen your cognitive performance. Now, one of the best things I've done for my health is taping my mouth, especially when I go to sleep. If that sounds too scary, you can actually practice by just taping your mouth while doing desk work. And something you have to understand about nasal breathing is the fact that the nose works very much like a muscle, especially if you're a mouth breather. At first, it may feel very difficult, it may feel uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the stronger your nose becomes. But you won't know that until you start using it. Number 26, use the 3-2-1 protocol for better sleep. So eat your final meal at least 3 hours before sleeping, cut out liquids at least 2 hours before bed to avoid waking up at night to go pee, and stop screens 1 hour before bed or just wear blue light blockers. It's a simple system, and once you start applying this to your life, you're going to find that getting to sleep and staying asleep is so much easier. Number 27, if you live in a northern climate like I do, you have to get a light therapy lamp for the winter, preferably one that has 10,000 lux. And the light therapy lamp mimics sunlight, which is going to help you reset your circadian rhythms, boost serotonin production, improve your mood. And this is especially during those dark and cold winter months when natural light is scarce. Now, low-key, this is also going to help you reduce seasonal depression. It's going to promote alertness and also support healthy sleep patterns. Number 28, we want to create a health dashboard. This is going to contain numbers like your sleep scores, your HRV, your weight, your BMI, your body fat percentage, and blood work, and any other metric that matters to you. Because one of the best ways to stay on top of your health is to measure what you manage, and a health dashboard is going to give you the KPIs, which are your key performance indicators, to show whether or not you're on the right track or slipping off. And this reminds me of a time when an entrepreneur was doing a consultation with me, and he told me, yeah, Dan, like health is my top priority. And he said this while he was around, I'd say like 30 to 50 pounds overweight. So I asked him two simple questions. Number one, how often do you track your sales or finances inside of your business? And he told me, I track it every day. I track it on the weekends too. So my follow-up question to him was, when was the last time you tracked your weight? And he gave me a little bit of a sheepish look because he actually told me, I don't track my weight because I'm afraid what the number is going to tell me. But you can't measure what you can't manage. So long story short, I told him just step on the scale for the next 7 days. Let's see what happens. And lo and behold, when he started stepping on the scale, he started correcting his behavior because he was seeing what his weight was on an everyday basis. And this is just a basic one like your weight. We're not even getting to the deeper numbers like your DEXA scan or your blood work. In general, if you want to improve something, you must track it. And this is the reason why you want to create the body dashboard. One of the biggest cheat codes to reducing your risk of diabetes by 50% is not your diet or exercise, it's light. Researchers tracked 85,000 people for nearly a decade, and they strapped light sensors onto their wrists and logged a mind-blowing 13 million hours of real-life light exposure. And the results? The more light people had while they were sleeping, the higher their risk for type 2 diabetes. If the light was a little low, you would see a 28 to 33% higher risk. A brighter room contained a 39 to 44% higher risk, and a bright bedroom saw a jaw-dropping 53 to 67% higher risk. You want to eliminate all forms of light inside of your bedroom. This means getting blackout shades, even going as far as to get little black stickers to put it onto the smoke detector and fire detector lights that keep emitting a little bright green LED. And the most underrated performance hack on the planet is sleeping in a dark bedroom. And here's the final one. It's to remember that getting fit is not about what you do or trying to weigh a certain number on a scale. It's about who you become. When you focus more on the person you're becoming, as opposed to having to do these certain things to get an outcome, you will make the process a lot more fulfilling and sustainable. Now, I'm sure I have more, but I'm going to stop there. After 20 years of being in the fitness industry, coaching people, building my body, and coaching thousands of others, I found a few tweaks and levers that we can pull to get more out of your health. So your job is to choose the ones from this list that work for you and to remove the rest. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.